Do you want to work as a nurse in the UK? Just stick around until the end of the video. I'm going to explain to you each and everything you need to work as a nurse in the UK. If you are new to this channel, my name is Jacob, and basically here we talk about jobs, employment, immigration, career guidance. So if you are new, just consider subscribing to my channel. Click a thumbs up if you really enjoy my content, and don't hesitate to make your comment right there in the comment section. So if you want to really work as a nurse in the UK, first thing you need to be a registered nurse or a midwife with a degree or a diploma in nursing. Another thing, you need to have at least 1 year of experience as a registered nurse or a midwife. Secondly, another thing you have to do after acquiring those ones, if you are really a registered nurse, is you need to register with NMC. NMC is a registration body which registers all nurses in the UK, whether Wales or Scotland or England. Unlike in the US where each state registers its own nurses, in the UK they have only one registration body for all nurses in the United Kingdom. So what you do, you need to collect all your documents, create an account with NMC, then go through all the application process. They need to verify and assess all your documents to see that your documents are equivalent to the documents of registered nurses in the UK. So you need to pay the application fee of around £140. That's the application fee while applying to NMC. And after a period of time, around 35 days or more, they will contact you to let you know if all your documents are good and you have been successful. So after the initial assessment, the NMC will let you book for CBT. Now CBT is one of the NMC competence tests. So CBT is the first one. That is the computer-based test for nurses examination. So you have to book CBT. They have all Pearson VUE centers all around the world. In Uganda here, CBT can be done at the Pearson VUE Center in Makerere. So CBT is an exam, a multiple choice exam of around 120 questions, and it can be done for around 4 hours, basically 4 hours. And you need a 68% overall mark for you to pass the CBT. In case you fail, there are always 2 more chances for you to pass the CBT exam. It's a multiple choice exam, and the total cost for you to register for a CBT is around £83. So basically you need £83. It was shifted from 90, nowadays it's £83 for you to register for a CBT exam. So after passing your CBT, the next thing for you to register for is the IELTS. IELTS is the International English Language Test for all nurses who want to work either in the UK or USA. All those countries want you to pass either IELTS or OET, but most countries have IELTS. So for nurses who want to work in the UK, the overall pass mark for IELTS is 7. So you need to score a minimum of a 7 in speaking, a 7 in reading, a 7 in listening, and at least a 6.5 in writing. Initially, they needed 7 all throughout, but due to complaints from many nurses that the scores are not easy to get, they reduced at least writing to a 6.5. So basically, you need to get an overall score of 7 and at least a 6.5 in writing. That is the minimum. So the total cost of IELTS is around 1.14 million here in Uganda. But if you are in other countries, let me say in dollars, it can go to around $316. That is currently the fee for IELTS. So at the British Council, basically there are 2 major tests for IELTS. There is general and academic. But for you nurses who want to go in the UK, you need to choose the academic version of the IELTS. So after passing your IELTS, the next thing for you to do is you need to get a job offer in the UK. Yes, you need to get employment. This is the next phase of your process. So you can get employment by yourself by checking on NHC websites, all of them, look for employment. If not, you need to trust a staffing agency. So there are a number of staffing agencies which are very good, and they are good at immigrating foreign nurses to the UK. So for good recruiting agencies, you can try Evertis Consultancy, MMA Healthcare Recruitment, or HCL. Those are the best core recruiting agencies for nurses who want to go to the UK. So after getting your job, your employer has to get you what they call a certificate of sponsorship. A certificate of sponsorship is a reference number which will allow you get a work visa for UK. So without a certificate for sponsorship, you cannot get a work visa. So your employer has processed for you a certificate of sponsorship. And this certificate of sponsorship is valid for around 90 days only. So within that 90 days, you must process your work visa to work in the UK. So the basic requirements for a UK skilled work visa is basically you need a certificate of sponsorship, you need your IELTS results, you need a passport and TB results. Those are the basic requirements for you to get your UK skilled work visa. So after getting your skilled work visa, you go to the UK and start working as a pre-registration nurse. So a pre-registration nurse is basically a band 3 nurse. A band 3 nurse, you are paid around £17,594, or some places like London you can be paid like around £25,000. So basically you work as a pre-registration nurse as you prepare for another NMC competence test, which is known as the osce. The osce is an observed structured clinical exam. Basically, it's a practical exam for all nurses who want to register at NMC, and it's the last competence test for nurses basically who want to register and work in the UK. There are 6 stations for osce, and the exam costs around £794. So the osce exam is basically done at the University of Northampton, Oxford, and Ulster. So those are 3 places where the osce examination is done. So if you fail the osce, you are given more 2 chances for you to pass the exam. During your time when you are working as a pre-registration nurse, your employer is supposed to train you for this exam, and they're also supposed to cater for the cost for this exam basically. So during this time, you're supposed to perfect your skills and prepare for this exam. This exam basically has around 6 stations, and each station takes around 20 minutes. So you have to prepare for this exam so that you can pass it. So after successfully passing the osce exam, you are allowed to register at NMC. So you are given a PIN and allowed to register at NMC as a registered nurse in the UK. And once you've registered, you are allowed to work in the whole part of United Kingdom as a registered nurse. So this is the new NMC process chart for nurses who want to work in the UK. It's an overview, a summary of the whole process. It starts with the registration started. You create an NMC account. After, you go to full application where you submit all your documents for assessment. After that, your application has to be approved within 30 days. After it is approved, you are seconded or given a go-ahead to do a CBT exam. When you complete your CBT and pass successfully, you process your work visa, then travel to the UK, start your employment. After working as a pre-registration nurse, you are supposed to book your osce exam within 3 months of arrival. After booking and passing the exam, then you are allowed to register at NMS with ID check and registration. So you register at NMS, and this is the final process of becoming a registered nurse in the UK. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in and watching my tutorial.